Hey, if you're in the 50-plus demographic, swimming or sinking in uncharted waters of your love life, your personal life, or even your health, you're not alone. And Conversations Overheard is a weekly webcast that can help you navigate it all.
Joining us now with more are co-hosts Janae Sachand, Gary Heflin, and Kimberly Young-Williams. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. We were talking before the show. It's like you're in your 20s and all of a sudden you're not in your 20s anymore, but you don't feel any different. The world is just changing around you. Janae, let's start with you. How did that kind of come out of this?
Well, the real coming out story is Kim's.
Kim, okay.
Yeah, honestly.
And what happened, it came from Conversations Overheard, it came from a place of hurt and healing.
Okay.
I was in an emotionally unhealthy relationship, and when it ended, I leaned on my best friend, one of my sorority sisters, and my cousin Janae for support. And Janae and I would take 10-mile walks, and just the whole time we'd be discussing and deconstructing how a person like me, who has a relatively high relationship IQ, could miss all the signs and signals, all the red flags of this relationship. And the relationship talks that we had was so cathartic, and I thought, more people need to be privy to these types of conversations. Because, you know, at 50, we don't have it all figured out.
No.
We're in chapter 2 of life. And I would be talking to other people and reading articles, and everybody just had a big question mark over their heads. So I thought we need to start a show so that we can let people know that they're not alone, and we learn from each other.
And how did Gary get involved in this?
we needed a man's perspective.
Right.
Obviously.
Because who better can tell us how a man thinks than a man, right?
But it's not all about relationships. You all are not just talking all about relationships.
We're not.
No, we talk about a number of different things that you face after 50. And that's the basis for the show. Relationships are a big part of that. And the dynamics are different roles in life. We're in different places, married, divorced, coming in and out of a divorce.
The three of you all.
Yes, kids being at home, kids not being at home. And so we talk about all of those different things.
And I love how you have the man cave questions, too, because those are really good, thought-provoking questions.
They are.
Give me some of your recent ones.
That we can, no.
Well, sex is obviously a big one.
Right.
Sex is a big one, but we recently had one about one of the cultural things for us was going to a Luther Vandross concert.
Yeah.
So we asked the question, are you still in contact with that person? And do you know, what was the result of going to that concert? So we ask those questions. We ask some questions that are necessarily sexual in nature, but a lot of it is just things that men talk about, and we also give women the opportunity to chime in or to not chime in, as the case.
Can I just add to that a little bit?
Please.
You know, we are just the three of us sitting on the couch, right? But we've created this very relatable energy, this very laid back vibe situation, and we want to maintain that. But, you know, it may be us just talking about these hot topics that are relative to the 50 and beyond, but we are all about our audience's participation. I mean, we live for those moments.
Yeah. And you guys have learned a lot.
100%.
We have.
So we are inviting people on our YouTube. You know, we have, that is our weekly webcast broadcasting avenue, and our in-persons, which are not filmed, but it's where the, you know, Salt and Pepper crew kind of convene, and we get together and have open dialogue about, you know, what's going on mentally, emotionally, physically, the challenges that we are facing as we are in our 50s and beyond, navigating those uncharted waters and just trying to figure it all out. So in that figuring it out process, we want to just always make it like a safe space for everybody to kind of be their authentic selves, tell their truest opinions, and, you know, relationship stuff. So as it relates to that, taboo stuff like intimacy is not off the table. We are diving into those waters. We are discussing it because intimacy is a big part of relationships.
It is.
Because we're not dead yet.
No, that's right. That's right. You know, so the days of, you know, we can do it in the dark, but we can't talk about it in the light,
Those
that's
are
done.
over.
We're
That's
done
right.
with that.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You know, we're talking about it.
You guys have come out with some of the things that you have learned. What's the number one thing that you all have learned from having these conversations?
Men and women, at least for me, I think that men and women at this juncture, we all think very differently than we did when we were in our 30s.
Yes, thank goodness.
And that in itself deserves a lifeline. So we are breathing life into that so that people can kind of redefine who you are right now. You know, you can't really find out what you need from somebody else until you kind of know what you need from yourself and knowing yourself. So that's one thing. And I think the other would just be, we still speak very different languages.
We do.
Yeah.
You know,
And we fundamentally want the same things, men and women, but how we navigate and try to get to the goal is very different.
yeah.
Have you learned anything about women, Gary?
How much I didn't know.
Yeah.
I came into it and I thought that I knew a lot.
Okay.
And I mean, my co-hosts really pushed me because they're very intelligent. They are able to articulate their points. And I learned how much more I need to listen, how much more I need to be an effective communicator.
Okay.
And it has been mind-blowing at times how much I've actually learned, not only from them, but from the show and from input that people give us.
I was going to say, because it also is up to us to learn how to speak our thoughts, feelings, emotions, and that we've not done in our 20s and 30s,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What did you
Yes.
guys learn real quickly, because we're running out of time here?
I learned that there could be two rights. There's not always a right and a wrong. And as we kind of have an opportunity to purge information and binge on that information, I've grown in my own thoughts, you know, in the way I process that it's not just left or right or wrong. It could be two rights.
Okay.
I love
All right,
that.
That is
Thank
awesome.
you guys
so
for
one
being
of those
here.
real and raw conversations, you're having one this Saturday.
We are.
It's at the 16th Street Bar. Do people have to get reservations or?
No, just come by 12 to 3 p.m. And it'll be a live taping, so it's participation from the audience. We normally do not record our in-person events because
Right.
we want people to be their authentic selves. And we
gotcha.
realize people can't always do that with a camera in front of their
Right,
faces.
sure.
But we're recording this time.
But if we have the website up there too, so if you want more information about this in-person event or upcoming ones as well,
Yes.
make sure to check it out. Some great conversations.
great
Right.
conversations.
Yeah.
They
Thank
don't
you
want to
so
miss.
much.
Yes.
Thank you
guys
guys
so
you.
much.
Thank
Thank you so much for having us.